Before we start this video, guys, I want to give you a little bit of context on what went down and what happened in case you guys are curious or you don't know what happened. I'm going to give you a quick rundown before we get into today's video, actually tearing this thing apart and seeing what really happened. First of all, for those of you that don't know, this is an adjustable cam gear. On adjustable cam gear, you have two sets of Allen bolts, one in the center that connects the gear to the cam, and one on the outside that actually adjust the cam gear and adjust for timing. From factory, these are set to 0. I don't know if I have it exact right now, but you guys get the point. On the dyno, unfortunately, two of these somehow came loose and fell off, and the timing gear retarded and advanced all in the same time, which then slipped the timing, and that's what caused the failure in our engine. This is just a really unfortunate circumstance. It's nobody's fault. This could have happened at any time, and I'm just happy, honestly, that it happened on the dyno and not at the track, because we could have really messed up the engine, even worse than what it is now. It's just, honestly, guys, bad luck. What can you do? This car is really making me pay my dues to be able to even just drive it, and the best thing to do now is to move forward and just build it better than it was before. It's a crappy situation, shitty situation. Sometimes shitty things happen, and with this car, a lot of shitty things happen, but what we're gonna do now is just build something even better than before. So a lot of questions were if the tuner actually touched these during the tuning when he set base timing. The answer to that is no. This is usually touched at the very end of a tune when you need to minorly adjust timing. He did not touch this. He just set base timing electronically. And this, like I said, just an unfortunate circumstance that these rattled loose, and it could have happened at any time. It is what it is, it happened, and we're gonna move forward from it and make something even better. So with all of that being said, we have something that is dropping today. It is on the screen right now. We are coming out with limited edition RB26 shirts, as well as a poster. All the proceeds from the shirt and this poster are going back into the GTR, helping this thing get back on the road and get back to life. If you guys would like to help support the channel and support the car, you guys can purchase this on the Legends Media site, which will be the first link down in the description box below. That would be amazing for any of you guys that want to help or support. The shirts are awesome and the poster is awesome. And like I said, these are limited edition, so it'll never be offered again from now until Sunday. That's when you guys can gift this stuff. It's really cool, and it does help support the car. Like I said, 100% of the proceeds go back into the GTR, getting it to run and back on the road. Best of all, by the way, purchasing this does enter you guys in to win the 2022 GR86 that we are giving away. So when you purchase this, you guys are automatically entered in to win the 86. Really cool. Like I said, first link down in the description box below. Also, if you guys are curious, Tomei actually has a full video on his end as well. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that down in the description too, in case you guys wanna. Tomei's video, that is in the description box as well. Thank you guys. Let's hop into today's video. Well, today's the day. This car is really making us pay our dues in order to be able to drive this thing. Today we are pulling the head off of the R32 GTR. Welcome back to the videos, guys. If you didn't check out the Dyno Day video, we had a pretty catastrophic engine failure, which left us without cylinder 4 or 5. And we don't know the damage yet. We don't know the full extent of the damage yet, but we believe that the valves are bent. And when one valve bends, I mean, they pretty much all bend. So we're pulling the head off today, and we're gonna take it to a machine shop and get this thing fixed and back on the road. It was a really unfortunate circumstance. We were very close to being finished on the dyno, and timing slipped, unfortunately. Check out the Dyno Day video if you guys have not seen that yet, but our mission today is to literally pull everything off that we just did and assess the damage and take the head to the machine shop. Tim,
yep, gotta get to work, brother.
One thing that we are lucky about, I guess, is that as soon as it happened, we caught it. So like we weren't like dynoing it on like with bad timing, or when it was messing up. We caught it instantly. Hit 6,000 RPM, started smoking, hit red line. That's when the car made weird noises. They shut it off, couldn't figure out what it was. Ended up being the gears were loose, which is just sucks, dude. So yeah, it's just a really crappy circumstance. I mean, it's no one's fault, really. Anyways, we're not gonna harp on it here. We're just gonna get it done, take the machine shop, and that's it. We're doing it. Tim's mission for today is to take off whatever's on the intake side of the car here. We don't necessarily have to take out the intake manifold just yet, but everything connected to this side of the engine. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on taking off the turbo, the downpipe, the manifold, the wastegates, and this portion of the intercooler piping, and probably the power steering pump, Tim. Yeah, all of this has to come off, and thankfully, I don't think we have to pull the engine. I think it's gonna be easier if we don't pull the engine, right? So we don't have to pull the engine, thankfully, but it is gonna be a little bit difficult moving around, because if you guys have ever worked on an RB26, it's very, very crammed in here. But we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking out the turbo and the manifold. We are getting close, guys. We just made a pretty crazy discovery here. Yeah. If you guys remember on the dyno day video, right when everything happened, I noticed when they tried to start the car, like metal shavings was flowing up, and we just thought that was just like debris or like extra shit on the car. It wasn't. I was right. It was definitely metal shavings. Check this out. So this is our crank sensor. This is supposed to be a little metal nub that sits right here and tells the car like when it's in time and all that. Well, during whatever happened on the dyno, it shifted. Maybe when one of these bolts fell out, it fell down here, hit this sensor and bent this sensor in and completely shaved down our crank sensor little nose that reads the timing right here, and was shaving down the sensor. You guys can see the pulley right here too. It was rubbing against the pulley right there. This is brand new. There's a brand new pulley and it freaking rubbed against it. That's crazy. So the metal shavings I was seeing was the pulley and this little sensor being grinded down. So when we started the car, that was the weird grinding noise that we were hearing. Thankfully, there was nothing inside of the engine. At least that's what it looks like. It was this. Now that we see this, I definitely need a new crank sensor. Hopefully that's it. But we're getting close to pulling off the head. Once we pull off the head, we can assess if there's any more damage that's not superficial. But this is definitely a big discovery that is just as bad, really. Everything's been hit. What in the heck, dude? The valves look good. All of these look the exact same to me. I don't like, so cylinder 4 and 5, these two,
those two.
These two are supposed to be the bad ones.
It doesn't even look like
And
anything.
I don't see anything.
You would see a mark on the valves.
Okay, well.
Take it to him.
Yeah, we gotta figure out.
Make sure it's good.
And if it's good, we got to figure out what the issue was.
Yeah.
Now we basically have to pull off the intake manifold, the exhaust manifold, and this guy's going to the machine shop. Oh shit, Tim.
Yeah, everything's apart.
The head is free. We have an RB head that may or may not be broken. We're gonna have Mike over at DSport, which is really cool. I used to read DSport magazine, so it's pretty cool to get my GTR worked on over at DSport. That's pretty cool. We're gonna have him check it out, and I guess he can look internally to see if there's anything else wrong. I don't know. That's part of the game we're playing here. So we will cut to tomorrow when we're dropping off the head. Well guys, we have made it to DSport and we have the head. We're gonna drop it off now, and everybody cross your fingers that the head is actually bad, because the head isn't bad, Tim.
And then the bottom end is bad. And then you just do a 2.8.
That's a lot of time and a lot of money. So cross your fingers for me, guys. Send some good vibes our way. We're gonna drop this head off and hopefully talk to Mike, who's the one that's gonna be machining the head. If we can talk to Mike and hopefully get an answer pretty soon, then we should know, but
You guys want to shut that lid? Okay. All right, so refresh my memory. What do we got here?
So we were on the dyno,
Uh-huh.
and then we got bad compression in cylinder 4 and 5.
Okay.
So we took it off. I mean, we can't visually see anything, you know?
Right.
We're kind of worried that now it's the ring.
Oh, really?
So we don't know.
Okay.
That's why we brought you the head. Obviously, the head isn't bad, but it has to be the block.
Okay. Well, the first thing we can do, we'll pull the cams out.
Yeah, I just barely have them tightened in there for you. So guys, we have made it to DSport here, and we're with, everybody says, the RB guy. We have Mike here who's gonna help us out, give us some tests on the head, and you know, if the head isn't bad, then it kind of tells us that it's probably the block. So.
Yeah, so what we'll do here is we'll pull the cams out. That'll let all the valves come up and sit on their seats. And then we've got a machine over here that we can check the vacuum to see if it's sealing up. If it's not, we can go ahead and pull out the valves and actually check to see if they're bent or not.
Right.
And see what we need to do there.
Well, we're hoping that it's, you know, we can find something in the head, because if not, it's a way bigger issue than what we kind of expected. But, you know, they have a lot of work to do here. So
Yeah, definitely.
seems like everybody's getting some RB work done.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a kind of a pretty wide mix here. We've got that one just finished honing on this one, so this one will come out, and this one will get done, and then we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 more here that need to get honed. I've got about another half dozen outside that we're getting ready to come in. So yeah, it's
Great.
a lot to do.
We're not alone in this.
Get built here first, but they all seem to end up
They
here
end
at
up
one
here,
point
yeah.
at another. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully it's just in the head and we can get that taken care of and bolt it back on there.
Yeah, we're all crossing our fingers here. So they're checking the intake side first. Our exhaust side cam was the one that was bad.
Oh,
this is the one that retarded in advance. But I think both sides, when we checked compression, both sides had a bad reading. So.
So let's see the gauge here. So you want it to go into the green. Deeper into the green, the better. So far, this is looking pretty good.
It's a pretty cool machine.
Okay. So on the intake side, it's past that test. So now we're going to pull out the exhaust cam and repeat.
Okay.
See what we get.
It's funny because we're hoping that this goes bad.
Yeah. That one is good. But you were saying 4 and 5.
4 and 5, yeah.
I'll do it like they do it on, you know. All right, now, what do y'all think? Let's find out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is definitely lower there.
Lower, yeah. That one's good.
5, not so much, but 4 is definitely lower.
Yeah, it's definitely lower than the rest.
Yeah, 4 is. Let's see, but 5 is.
$300 for the tune. Yeah.
5 is good.
But when you're going through and you're reconditioning valves,
Yeah.
you're going to use a machine like this. It actually uses 3 little ball bearings to hold the stem in 2 different places. 3 little ceramic ball bearings that hold it in 3 points in 2 places. So it kind of makes sure that your valve stem itself is perfectly straight. And then we come in and grind the head at a 45-degree angle,
Right.
in order to make sure that that's all squared up and in position to the valve stem, so that if you spin it, that valve seat is always staying in the same position.
Right. Never
Yeah, the
moves,
part
yeah.
that's going to hit against the valve seat, I should say. So you can hear the sound a little bit. How it's like, wow,
Yeah,
wow, 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 and that up and down oscillation. That means it was a little bit out.
Okay.
As you see, as you grind it more, that goes away. Then it's just a constant sound. So you can tell. I mean, if you have a really bad valve, it'd be like rant, rant, rant.
Right.
And he says it starts coming in, and you might not even be able to save it at a certain point.
So this one was a little bit bad.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, bad enough or?
well,
Not bad. There's been worse.
yeah, work against.
Oh yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, you can see it through here. So if they're really bent, this will kind of come in. It'll be thicker and thinner and doing all kinds of stuff. But
Right.
So the valve itself is okay. If you have the degree of leak down that you have, I'd say, in my opinion, it wouldn't be related to this head. Yeah, unfortunately.
Shit.
Well,
You know what?
what you got that camera in my face for?
Are you ready for round 2 or what?
Yeah, I was born ready.
Here we go. We're getting crazy with it, Tim.
You know?
Now is the time. Like I said, we got to move forward, build something even better than before, and that's exactly what we're doing. You guys will know soon enough what we have decided on doing. We'll tell you guys in the future once it's 110% final, but everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna get it fixed potentially by next month. We'll see. It's gonna be awesome, but thank you guys for sticking with me. I know it's a crappy situation, but as I always say, do more. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do more and get this thing back on the road better than before and keep our heads up. This is such a terrible situation, but
It'll be back.
we are gonna make it into a good situation and find the best. Everything happens for a reason, and you know, we gotta make that reason good. So, thank you guys for watching today's video. This is where I'm gonna end it. Don't forget, we are giving away the GR86, which is right back there. We just finished up its first mod on the list of mods that we have stored up in there. We have so many awesome things going down for this car, and it's gonna be so freaking cool when it's finished up. Every $1 that you guys spend on the Legend site is 1 entry into win the giveaway car. I'll leave that link down in the description box below for you guys. Don't forget about the GTR shirt. That'll help support this build, and you guys will also get entered in to win the GR86. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.